Okay, guys, I'm going to go to market on euro dollar. Now, I'm actually going against the trend. What I'm looking for is a very quick snap 6 pip trade backwards. Now, it's a simple trade, so I'm going to take it from here to go back to here. All right. Now, I'll kind of explain where it's come from. Now, first of all, if you're part of the WhatsApp group, you'll see I've already put the little bit of a blurb in there, give you a heads up of what's going on. And I do this every single day, put the strengths in so you can see what's going on. That's the link for that in the description. But where it really comes from is here. Now, you can also get into this if you're part of that WhatsApp group. Now, I've done a full write-up of what's going on, but I've also done an analysis of what's going on here. Now, not only is that, this has been going on since early this morning, getting ready for this trade, because I was requested to do it by Sparky. And I always give them a choice. I can do it on a small MT or I'll just do it on my wage account. So it doesn't really matter which way I do it. And then I'll put it into a tracker. And then as you can see, there it is there. I'll track it down. Okay. So it doesn't matter what they want. I'll get it done. So that's where it came from. And you're very welcome to come along and see all of this. What my basic thoughts of this are, yes, if I was to look from the strength side of this, the euro is considerably stronger than the US dollar. However, the US dollar is on the floor and it has slumped massively, which means it only has one way to go, which is up. Now, what this also tells me is it's good and it's gaining ground. Well, its last gaining ground was downwards. So I've got that to consider as well. Okay. Now, I've worked it out. It is genuinely buying and it's 6 pips, whichever trade I take. Now, it might be buying, but it's a risky buy. Well, if it's a risky buy, by definition, it could be a safe sell. That's kind of some of the ways to think about this. Now, let's have a little look to see how this could be done. Well, the first thing is I'd need to see where the definitive highs and lows are. There's a definitive high up here and there's a definitive low down there. Okay. So it's working these sort of zones. We're already hitting bounce points that we can see. Now it is holding above the 50 line, but it's coming into a key high time frame and it's struggling in and around this area. Now, if I look to the left, it struggled there before, came up. So this here will become what's called a bob level, bounce or break. Okay. Now, if you can recognize it, well, you know there's going to be a reaction. Well, if there's going to be a reaction, it's there. And then all I've got to think of is, well, where's the next major key reaction going to be? Well, it's going to be up here. How far away is it? Well, it's not as far as you think. You know, it's maybe 25, 30 pips before it hits a bounce. And then we've got plenty of stall points running in. So if I'm going to sell this, and as you can see, the markets do oscillate backwards and forwards, I've got a good opportunity to catch the bounces. Yes, I'm going against this, but it's because of this that I want to go against it. Look at it. Chunky, 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 chunky. But it's slowing down, which means that particular leg here, this one, will be the reset leg to get further higher. Well, if that's the case, that means it could come down for an hour or two. And if that's so, well, that's first in line. That's what I will be aiming to get to. And that would give me the initial target based on the ATR. So there is logic and method in the madness. So if I drop this back into 15 minutes, I can start seeing what's going on. Well, it started there and it's got up as high as here. that's going to be the first testing point, that 23. So again, in and around this area makes common sense, comes down to the 50. It is a natural stall point, as is the 61, and that area between those 2 points is what's called the golden ratio, and it's an ideal target point. Now all I have to do is follow this up. Now there's another reason. If I drop some indicators into this mix, what we'll see is the oscillators are incredibly high. These don't make much sense when you come down into low time frames, but the oscillators do. So the 15 stretched and it's already shown signs that it's moving down. And what we can see, if you are looking at these two, like I say, they don't hold a lot of weight, but there isn't anything left in them. So therefore the move has to be down before it goes up. Well, if I'm only looking for 6 pips, I will easily catch it in one of these retracement moves, and that's what we're going to do. So let's play this one out and we'll see how we get on. Right guys, so there we go. That's 30 quid in the bag. Oh shit. Just get me tickets off. There we are. And look at what it's done. There was a high probability that was a bob level. Now a bob level is bounce or break. And with that, if it's going to bounce, it's going to come back to here. Look how well it respected that. And if it breaks through, it's here. Now, this is the next bob level. Now, for that, you've got to sort of look at it with better gloves because it's a high time frame solid. Now, if that's the case, the chances of that holding is relatively high in a buying market. Now, just closing out what's going on up here. Happy days, because I'm on doing the prop as well, so there'll be a video on that a little bit later. So happy days, Scruff's a happy boy. So there you go, Sparks. That was for you, quick and easy. It was 6 pips down over on this hour in 10, so I can now check it again and just steadily work through the day. Now it's Monday. I don't do a lot on a Monday. I just take maybe a trade and it's a bonus for the rest of the week. So if you're stuck, very easy found, drop in the WhatsApp group or even message me on WhatsApp. Drop on to my website, scruffytrader.com. All my official contact details are there and you'll see what I'm all about. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, why not check out one of our other videos? They're kicking around here somewhere on the screen. And also come along to our WhatsApp group. What you'll see there is what I'm up to during the day. I'll work the strengths out for you in the morning to help you pick a pair. And also little news updates throughout the day. And also write-ups of our live meetings. And if you want to come along to our live meetings, drop on the website. And you'll find all the links of how to come along and get guest access. See you all on the next one.